Hello and welcome back. Today is Wednesday and I am so excited. It is National Parents Union. I am Kelly Williams Bollard and this is the Parents Effect. I am so excited. I have someone on today who is a coach. He's very influential in our neighborhoods, in my community, and I'm so excited to have him on and his two beautiful daughters. Can I get it for Kenny Smith, Coach JoJo? Where you at? Oh, see you. There you go. There you go. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Fine. Hi, ladies. How y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. Now, today I wanted to first go on and talk. First, I want to talk to you, Coach JoJo. And just in regards to, what's going on. How are you getting along? We're in the 11th week of this stay-at-home COVID-19,
Right.
situation. So what are your thoughts? What are your perspective? How are you doing?
I'm actually doing great, honestly. And everybody has their own individual situations, but for me, before all of this took place and it became required to stay at home orders and everything, I was trying to wear like 80 hats. I'm exaggerating with the number, but just doing a lot outside of home, school, having a nonprofit and just working in the community and, trying to help everyone else. It forced me to slow down. And
Absolutely.
so it made me stop. So
It
for
made-
me, it's been amazing. So I've had more time with these beautiful girls.
Yes.
And more time with my wife, and it actually helped me more than it has hurt me because of some evaluation and things of that nature. So I'm amazing. I'm doing amazing.
So it's like a self-reflect kind of thing right now, or at the beginning when this first started happening, right?
Yeah, it definitely you value smaller things, in my opinion. You start to value just the little things that are a part of life that as we start moving so fast, we take them for granted a lot, and it's important for us to cherish every moment. So you just never know what's next, so you just always have to cherish the times. And so for me, this time has been amazing. So it's actually been good. I mean, I miss the interaction of being at the school. Now I'm not sitting here acting like I'm not, because the interaction with the kids is how my day. I look forward to that every day. So I miss that. And
Yeah. Well, you're an awesome instructor. You're an awesome teacher, an awesome coach. And for the people that's watching, I want you guys to know that, wait, how long did we work together?
like 5 years. So 2012
To
to
like,
18.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah,
six
we
years.
worked together for about 6 years in a classroom. We work with special needs students, and it was a wonderful ride. And that's why I had to have him on today, because he is an awesome coach, an awesome teacher, an awesome husband, awesome father in his community. So I wanted people just to give a little bit of a background on how I know Coach JoJo. It definitely is through work, and I'm just so excited to have him on and his babies today. Where's your wife?
She actually just set us up and she went upstairs.
She
She's
went
here.
upstairs. Okay, well, maybe before half an hour is up, maybe she'll come down and just, say hey to the people, so we all get to see her
Yeah,
too. Her
she
beautiful.
definitely will do that.
Now, I want to ask you about. I do want to ask you about, how you're doing with your kids. I know you're doing, home instructions with them, but I also want to ask you about PE, because you are a coach, and there's going to be
Right.
so many parents that are concerned and worried about how they're going to be able to give their child all that they will need for the summer, and
Right.
activities and different things that they can do with their kids. You know what I'm saying? So, but first I'll ask you, how is it that how is these weeks been going on with you instructing and teaching your kids versus working in a classroom?
Well, so my youngest was in pre-K, so she wasn't really she was in school, but she was kind of at the end, I guess you could say. So just basics. We do a lot of stuff here, school is a partnership for sure. So we were doing a lot of just basic stuff of just writing her name every day and numbers, and she was writing sentences and all of that versus, Camille being a little bit older and she had her assignments. And then trying to, participate in the meetings and then get our work that they required us to do in terms of the classroom. And so balancing that actually, it wasn't terrible because of my oldest being so self-sufficient. And then, my youngest for her age doing really well. And, so it was pretty cool. It was a good balance. It wasn't overwhelming for me in our household. It was pretty good.
That's pretty
Actually,
good.
it didn't cause any problems.
That's really good. That's really good. I know. Can I ask you, little ladies, how are you doing? Like, tell to me, how are you guys doing at home? Are you glad to be home every day? Like, you don't even get a chance to see your friends no more. Or, I mean, do you get to Zoom with them and talk to them on the computer? Or how does that work?
Well, we sometimes do Google Meets. Today was our last Google Meet of the year, and we had online assignments. I did some like regular just Google Meets with one of my friends, and we had like a little talk by ourselves. And yeah.
Were you ever a little concerned, like a little worried a little bit, like with changing, like, you're so young and for this just to all of a sudden happen and now you got to learn from home. Was it an adjustment for you? Like, did you get like, am I saying that okay, that you understand? Was it an adjustment for you?
Yes, because I really like going to school and
socializing with your friends.
Yeah, I just like seeing my friends
and playing with them. You guys had recess and you guys had, get a chance to sit beside each other, talk to each other, and
not eat their lunches because they talk so much.
Oh, they would come back home with still their lunch in their lunch bag.
Well, lunch was over.
I did better this year.
Okay. That is too funny. Well, that's good though. She's getting a little bit acclimated. I guess my concern, I think the fall is, as we know, the fall will look different. Right. So the gym, when they have gym, they may not, be able to, participate like they did, prior years of what we've known was normal for us, and lunchtime when they get, those are building skills.
Oh, definitely. Those are very important. So, and kind of to kind of segue, I guess, into that, like, so, it's finally getting warm here, but we weren't having a lot of warm days. So whenever the weather allowed, we were trying to go outside and do things like that. But I believe, well, for one, I think that some people kind of think about it too much. Like just getting out and being active is good, like just doing anything. So we started doing some visualizations here then too. And so it was fun, and they would close their eyes and I would give them small tasks just so they could see themselves doing some things. And so we started out with that, like, because mentally is where they're struggling right now, because like you said, the social interaction and things like that. And so then we did a lot of different things. You want to talk about some of the stuff we did at the park?
Talk to me. What you do?
We climbed trees.
In your mind, in the visualization, you would climb trees?
We rode our bikes to places in the visualization.
That is so cool.
And we played soccer and basketball.
I absolutely love that. You guys visualize going out and just having a great time together, playing soccer and riding your bike and climbing trees. Man, I wish, why y'all didn't invite me over to do this?
Well, then we would go and then I would, try to let them go do it because we live so there's a park, just a big field park, like about a block away from our house. And so then we would go when the weather allowed, which now it's getting warm. So, but when the weather permitted, we would go over there and then they would get to do, those things. So it was just cool for them to kind of put it together.
Yeah.
Doing some stuff.
Actually see it physically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, okay, so there's going to be a lot of parents right now, it's so many parents, luckily you are, your dad, your teacher, and so you know what to do with your kids. Do you have any suggestions? Like, I know you just said that basically they can just, just do a lot of, visualizations, like you said, but now the weather is permitting. Like, I know this morning, okay, I'll give a scenario. So this morning I got up, I went running, and my first time around, I took a jump rope. So I would just jump roping as I would run or speed walk. Then I don't care who's watching me, I was like, I don't care. I'm having me time. So I'm exercising because I need to, because I'm not going anywhere that much. So I need to do something, right? So I would jump rope or whatever where I'm at for a few or whatever. And then I would, proceed on. Like you said, I just started creating my own workout. So would that be your advice, to parents as far as them, staying home and trying to create these curriculums for these physical curriculums for their kids?
Yes, definitely. Really just getting out there, like, and setting goals, like set small goals with your kids, because you know how kids are, they're definitely driven by like competition. So maybe you might go and walk around the block a couple times, and then you tell your kids, like, while you're out there, well, we're going to run from this driveway until we get to 2 more driveways. You create little things like that. Or maybe when we get to the end of this driveway, like you said, we're going to do 10 jumping jacks. We're going to hop on one leg. And just you don't think of those as PE per se, but those are all physical activities that can help you stay fit. And you don't need any equipment or anything like that. And then it can be fun, with each other. So then maybe you could turn it into math. We did another thing. We did math basketball. You remember that?
Tell me about it.
We did math basketball. So what we did, because basketball, my family, my wife coaches college basketball and all of that. So we have a hoop in the back, and I took some sidewalk chalk and I just drew numbers. I drew numbers on the driveway, up to 5, 2, 1 to 5. I think we only went to 4 though, huh?
Well,
1 to 4 or 5. But
1 to
anyway,
4.
so they would shoot, and then they would try to go up to 100. Well, Camille would go up to 100. Cameron would just go. She didn't really have a set number. Okay. But so then it was like mental math. So if you hit a 2, you have 2, and then you go to a different spot, you shoot 3, and then you go 5, and then you go to a 4, and then you go 9. And so they were counting out loud while they were shooting, and Camille was actually going to 100. And so I shared that with my organization and told, the parents to, if they have baskets in the backyard, it was a fun way to work on math and then let them still play basketball. So, and just one day I just went out there and just started drawing numbers on the ground, and we just kind of created that. So, any
imagination.
Any movement works. Any movement. So to the parents out there, just moving. And that's every Google Meets that I did with our students at the school. I told them that. I'm like, y'all, please do not just sit up in the house, because it's very easy to do that. I'm like, go outside, do something, run around, play tag,
do something.
You want to tell?
Did you want to say something?
We've been doing a lot of activities outside, like playing tag and going to the park, and we even rode our bikes around the block a couple of times.
Isn't that the funnest? You like riding your bike with your dad and your mom and your sister?
Yes.
That's such a beautiful bonding. That's another thing about this whole thing. It has created such a great bonding with relationships and your family, your immediate family. It's just a beautiful, beautiful time to take all of this in, Now, I do want to mention, like you mentioned imagination and different things of that nature, like just getting out. Like, I know that they were saying that there was a slight rise in depression and maybe even teenage suicide. So, I tell parents every time I come on, I always tell the parents, listen, if you may not think that your children or that your teens may be going through some kind of depression, because I think a lot of times kids really they do well with hiding those things.
Oh, definitely.
you know. And so I always tell them, you know, hey, get them, you know, make them be involved with you. Tell them it's time. When I was coming up, when I remember my father always said we had to do a family meeting. And we had to do a family meeting every so often. Whenever he thought we needed a family meeting, that's when we did it. It wasn't no certain time of the day. If he thought something was going down in the family that needed to be discussed, we have a family meeting, and that's it. That's all. You know, so he always wanted to get inside our psyche. He always needed to know what was going on with us. And luckily, me and my brother were the kind of kids that we were definitely open. You know, we always embraced that, and we knew how much our parents loved us, and so we were receptive to that, you know, and stuff. So I always say that. And while I'm on here, before I go, I just want to mention that National Parents Union did do a little combination with the LeBron James Foundation with Graduate Together. And I'm not for sure when the deadline is, but I'm going to mention it again today, that if you go to Graduate Together or Graduate Together 2020, and you do a short clip, a short video, just saying who you are, that you graduated this 2020, that you have an opportunity to win $5,000. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to keep saying that until that is over, because it's not even about scholarships. Like, they're just giving a $5,000 away. So, and especially since we're in Akron, I mean, not to say that it's going to give an edge on anything, but just by chance of someone, you know, you from here and you graduated 2020, or you know someone who has graduated in 2020 this year, man, do that.
It's funny that you say that, though, because even our PSA. So during all of this time of people not being active, so, you know, Ladies First, we did that childhood obesity PSA. So like people went to YouTube and typed in Ladies First Akron childhood obesity public service announcement, or just PSA. Mm-hmm. It's on there, so they would find that, and it just talks about getting up and getting moving, and they're like running around and relay races and tag, and you know, it just, like you said, the lack of movement is not allowing blood flow, right? And you need the movement helps for blood flow and circulation and all the different benefits of just being active. So a part of sitting around is you begin to overthink, you begin to think too much, you begin to worry about things that you have no control over. It's just important for you to, you know, sweating is eliminating toxins in your body. It's very important. Get rid of it. Yes, and very important to get rid of that stuff. And that's why the recess and the piece for kids to burn that energy, it is very important. And then even parents, like right now is a time where unemployment rate is bigger than the depression. You know, so parents are going through things, and so everyone can try to heal together. As you say, you know, we're spending more time together, you know, trying to address some of these issues together, because it's very important that we don't ignore them. And these conversations are big. Like, talk to them. We talk, you know, about a lot of things. That's how we pretty much handle it. They're young, but they know that if it's something that we need to talk to, that we're definitely going to discuss it. So all of those keys are very important for parents.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, they're going to remember this time of this you know, setback in the country. They're going to remember it, even though they're very young. They're definitely going to remember it. Now, wait, but I want you to elaborate on your company, on your organization. Now, come on, give me more. You tell them how they can contact you, all those good things. What are you doing right now?
So right now, I'm actually working on something that is going to be huge for us. I am so excited. It's mental health related, right? So we always talk about sports performance. So the organization that I founded 10 years ago, this is our 10-year anniversary. So COVID-19 has ruined our 10-year celebration that we were going to have in a couple of months. But anyway, so for 10 years, we've been empowering young women ages 8 and up, using basketball and academics to, you know, help them. So Ladies First, let me show my little.
Yes, Ladies First Akron.
Ladies First Akron is the organization. And so right now, I have a couple of girls, ironically, that play for the University of Akron. And so I've been in touch with one. I've been in touch with all of them, but one in particular, I was reading a book, and it talked about my mental health. So I'm, you know, trying to work on myself, and I'm like, a light bulb just went off. Like, we already focused on mental health, but now I'm going to take it to another level. So I've sent out some surveys to my current players, former players. We have girls in college right now who are alums and are doing a lot of great things to assess themselves, where they are in their mentality. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create plans. We're going to create action plans out of these surveys that they filled out. And so I've been, I talked to one girl today. I had a financial meeting with one of my former players today who's 20 years old. Like, it was amazing. Like, it was so amazing. I was telling my wife, like,
you started with her, she was only 10, because you've been doing it for 10 years. Now she's 20.
Yes, it was so amazing. But anyway, so I'm about to address their mental health because, the physical piece, we'll get back to that. But right now, I believe that in order to move forward, we have to address that. So, that's what we have going on right now. Just kind of trying to bypass the physical piece, even though I would love when I'm able to get back in the gym. But right now, it's bigger than that. Just because the gym is closed doesn't mean we're stopping. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm working on one for now. This one is high school and up. So 9th grade and up. I don't have one, even though I do have some questions. I haven't sent it out yet, but I'm creating one for 8th grade and under because it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to reflect school a little more. But so now it's just going to be a reflection tool.
Okay.
And I just know the results are going to be so amazing because I already can see kind of what's going to manifest from it. So I'm really excited about that.
When do you think this will actually be in place? Because I'm going to ask you to give your information so people can contact you.
When will what be in place?
When you said you're going to do like surveys, you're going to do like different, is this already going on right now?
It's going on. So the girls have completed the surveys. It's just a matter of us. I could go over them with them like this, but face-to-face interaction, there's nothing like it. So I want to be able to have face-to-face interaction, and with our college athletes or former players that filled it out, they're making goals and action steps to their lives after basketball. And so I want to address that with them. And, they all know I'm very honest. And so to be realistic about how we look at that. So the surveys have already been distributed to them and they've completed. A lot of them have completed. And so now it's just the process of when are we able to actually sit down and meet to come up with a plan. So now we're not just saying we want to do things. And that's why I know it's going to be big, because now they'll have data, like they'll have actual data from their surveys. Like, this is what I do. For example, I'll just reveal one of the questions. One of the questions says, when you look in the mirror, you see negative things. And then it was sometimes, always, or never. And so, like one of my young ladies who's very successful, she's doing really good, has a 3.0 GPA, had a very good basketball season. From the outside looking in, you would think like, man, she really got it going on. But after completing her survey, seeing her results, it's some things going on in her mind that, she just needs a little assistance and push with. And so that was the point. So now that we have identified that, we can see why she feels the way she feels in certain situations and addressing it and allow her to come out of it. So I'm just excited on what's going to come from these surveys. So that's what we've been doing behind the scenes, is getting prepared for that. So I'm really excited about that. So you can follow us like on social media. Follow us on social media. On Facebook at Ladies First Akron. It's all spelled out. LADIES FIRST AKRON. And then on Twitter, we're at Ladies First. But the first is the 1 ST on Twitter. Ladies First Akron. And right now our website is under construction because we use this time to grow and be better. So we do have a website, leaguelineup.com/ladies first for right now. That is being revamped right now, so that when we come out of this, we can just be bigger and better than what we were before, and have an opportunity to service more young ladies and help them gain the self-esteem they need to be great at whatever it is they choose to be great at.
Absolutely. Oh man, that's so good, man. I'm always excited for you because you always are involved and engaged in our community, and you're always paying it forward. You're always helping other people, not just your immediate family. That speaks volumes. You understand that? Like
Yeah.
that really, really speaks volumes. And so I just encourage so many people out there, you know, just to stay healthy, stay busy, and try your best. Try your best to, you know, get involved and stay just moving around. You know, even when this is over. Like, tell me, when this is all over, which we don't know when that's going to be.
Right.
But when it's over, are there anything? What things you think you would love for it to stay the same?
I think the time, of course, not all of this time will be the same, but I think the time with our families is very important to get back to that, to sitting down at the dinner table. I mean, a mentor of mine told me a few years ago how I needed to increase that at my house. And that was a goal and something that my wife and I talked about. And during this time, I mean, we've eaten breakfast at the table together and dinner so often. I think that we need to look at those small things and realize how important that they are, even when this ends. So it's going to be, for some people, such a rush to get back to the busy life, whereas you really have to figure out what is important and what you
values.
Like like what we've been doing here in terms of being together more, that's going to stick. Of course, there's going to be some adjustments because, I mean, you know, with the busy schedules that my wife and I have, but at the end of the day, you have to make time for what it is you value. So my wife came down. I wanted you to.
Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm so glad you came. I wish you would have been here the whole time, but I'm glad you're here now. How are you doing? How are you getting along?
We're doing well. Can't complain. You know, just really trying to enjoy this time, even though it's an unfortunate circumstance. It's really, in a sense, been a blessing to be able to be home and get so much time with them, and just trying to, you know, be as positive as possible and create memories.
That's what it's about, right? Creating more and more memories. I just thank you all for coming on. Before I go though, just seeing how our world is right now. Like, I was just sitting outside on my porch, and I was looking. Today is one of the most beautiful days. I mean, every day is beautiful, right? But today I was just looking up. I was just looking at the sky and the sun and the clouds, and everything's just so beautiful. And if you just look at our world, it's so beautiful. And then you hear about all this craziness that's going on, you know, with the Black and brown, with our people.
Yeah.
So I just ask anyone that's watching, you know, keep people prayed up. Keep your families close. Keep each other prayed up. Always stay half full, never half empty. So we can, you know, I don't know what to, like, I don't know the answer to all of this stuff that's going on. I don't know the answer, but what I do know is family is everything. And we must stay together and we must stay prayed up. And this beautiful picture here is the epitome of what a beautiful family looks like. I thank you all for coming on today. I really do. Love y'all. Stay safe. Thank you, Coach JoJo.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care, you guys.
All right.